You're listening to a mini episode of the Maternal Being Podcast, Self-Care for Moms. I'm your host, Balisa, and this is your dose of motivation, filled with carefully selected affirmations, messages, or reminders to help you nurture and inspire the amazing woman behind the mom. Yes, I'm talking about you. Let's dive right in. We live in a society where we are encouraged to have big goals. That is what is expected of us. So it doesn't come as a surprise that we'd be afraid or hesitant to do the opposite, to go against the grain and start small. In the previous episode of the podcast, I encouraged you to do just that, to start small when it comes to self-care. Why? Because big goals can be overwhelming. And when we start small with more attainable goals, we're more likely to be successful in whatever it is we're working towards. If you missed that episode, click on the link in the show notes. In that episode, I break this down even further. How to start small, why it matters, and how tiny habits, small habits, can get your self-care journey going. Today, I want to share 3 quotes to inspire you to start small. My hope is that these quotes, as simple as they may sound, will give you that little push, that boost of encouragement that you might need to stop hesitating and do what you need to do to prioritize your well-being, no matter how small it might be, and to start taking those first small steps towards a life where self-care is a constant and consistent part of your motherhood story. I want you to feel confident that you don't need hours of free time, or you don't need these big grand plans to take care of yourself, to nurture yourself. Let's get into the 3 quotes that I want you to carry with you, especially on those days when you feel like the small stuff doesn't matter. Quote number 1. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. This is a quote from Lao Tzu. And I really think he knew what he was talking about when he said this. And what he means by this is that you can't expect to reach your big goals without taking that first tiny step. And as far as self-care is concerned, what it means is that whether you're taking a 5-minute breather or just drinking a glass of water in the morning, every little action that you take counts. No action is too small. Quote number 2, start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. These are the words of Arthur Ashe, and I really think they're golden. I really love this quote because it's a reminder that we don't need fancy equipment. We don't need, a full spa day or hours of time to prioritize ourselves. We can use the little pockets of time that we do have. That could be while the kids are napping or when you're waiting in the pickup line at school. Every minute counts. Every moment that we spend prioritizing ourselves and doing something for ourselves and honoring our needs counts. Quote number 3, small daily improvements over time lead to stunning results. Small daily improvements over time lead to stunning results. This is one from Robin Sharma, and it actually needs no explanation, but I will say this. Imagine if you started today, Mama. Imagine if you started today with one small act of self-care for yourself. Daily, over time, the results will alter your experience of motherhood for the better. Now, I hope these quotes gave you a little something to think about. I hope they made you realize that starting small isn't just okay. It's actually quite powerful. It's how progress happens. And it's how you build momentum in your self-care journey and in life in general. What I need you to remember from all of this, Mama, is that small actions are always enough. because you are enough. It's so easy to get overwhelmed by all the demands that are on your time. You're being pulled in so many different directions. But just remember that every little thing that you do for yourself matters. So start with that one step, and you'll be amazed at how far it can take you. That's all I have for you today. And if you loved this episode, please leave a review. I would appreciate it so much. Leaving reviews helps other moms find this podcast, and it helps them know that this is the podcast for them. Now, we've already established that starting small can have a big impact on your self-care journey, but so can trusting your choices. In the next episode, I'll be talking about the importance of trusting your choices and how doing that could alter your experience of motherhood and make it so much easier for you to make yourself a priority. And if you've doubted your choices along the way, I think so many of us have, especially as new moms, make sure you catch that episode because it will give you the confidence to trust your choices and not doubt yourself, because self-doubt can stand in the way of our self-care. That brings us to the end of the episode. If you felt moved or motivated by what you heard today, please share this episode with a friend. And if you have an inspiring message or story to share with moms out there, connect with me on Instagram at Maternal Being. I could feature your message in an upcoming episode. Join me next time for more motivation made for moms. Until then, take care